What's happening? Shit, chilling, man. About to go run up in this store real quick. Had a little thought. I wanted to get it out. So, man, like, in this society, man, in America, most people the narrative is mostly for the man to take care of everything, right? Pay the bills, run the household, protect the household, be a man as well as be understanding like a woman would be. You get what I'm saying? All of this stuff, man. Hold it down mentally, physically, spiritually, control sexual urges. You get what I'm saying? In the relationship, not stepping outside, all of that, right? You got to do a lot of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And this is what society looks at for a man to do. And it's like, okay, but what does the woman do when it comes to that type of situation where the man is doing all of that? You know what I'm saying? He taking care of everything, and he's got kids, taking care of the kids, doing his part. You know what I'm saying? He's paying the bills, right? Like society says, most women is like, oh, I want my man to be able to pay the bills and all of this, right? You know that, oh, can you pay my bills? Can you then, that old Beyonce song? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, okay, so what does the woman do? You know what I'm saying? Because this got me kind of tripped out. I come from a world where women got to do a lot. You get what I'm saying? I come from a world where it's kind of like how, I don't know if you know, like how lions operate, where the woman go hunt and the lion just sit like a king, you feel me, protecting the throne. He's sitting watching the kids, protecting the tribe, while the women go out and go find the hunt. You get what I'm saying? I come from some shit like that, you know what I mean? Where women go out and make it happen. You get what I'm saying? And the man as well, for sure. But like, the way stuff is set up today, young people growing up, is real. The pressure is on them like, hey man, you got to do everything. You got to pay for the dinner on our first date. You got to, be this Prince Charming motherfucker. Like, you feel me? And you have to make sure you're fresh, sharp. You got to understand. You make sure your mouthpiece right. You got to have emotional intelligence and understand how to be and when to be. Understand that this is a woman and you have to cater to her emotions and all. You know what I'm saying? You get into the relationship. Okay, now we move in together. You got to pay the bills. You got to do all of this stuff, man. You got to not step out, even if the girl is not fulfilling you some way, whatever. It's a lot that on the man plate. So what does the woman bring? And I'm talking about as a society, like, right? Like, we know the pressures that's on a man and stuff, but where's the pressure on a woman? What is that? You know what I mean? Because it used to be, oh, she cook, clean, watch the kids if y'all got kids. She just be a woman, right? The laundry, all I don't know. Like, you get what I'm saying? And this is all stuff that a man does too. Like, cook, clean, watch the kids, laundry. Like, what? Like, what does a woman do? And that's kind of like something that's on my mind, because my situation is slightly like that, where I pay everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the deal that we got, at the moment, because, my woman worked and all of that. But since we had kids, it's been kind of like, I don't know, we trying to put it together, our new schedule. She be with the kids a lot, I'll be out working. But now the kids is getting a little bit older, so it's time. She's starting to get her mind back on, like, all right, I gotta go get this bread. Like, you feel me? And we was talking about plans and stuff, but it made me think of, I seen something online from a chick that was talking about her expectations from a man. You know what I'm saying? And she was talking about how her date didn't go good because when they was talking about all these expectations, he was like not on the same page with that. You know what I'm saying? And she was saying like, you know, she need a dude that's gonna take care of everything. You know what I'm saying? And it just made me think like, damn girl, shit, hold up. It made me think like men today, it's tough. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, it's kind of like a baby. Like, or it seems like women want to be children. No disrespect to a woman who feel like a man should pay everything, but it's like it brings a new term when women call their man daddy. It's like, damn, do you really think he's daddy or what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't your dad. Like, you got to be an adult out here, man. That's what I feel as a woman. If it's okay, so if the man paying everything, I would like, what is your like, what is your thing that you got to do for sure? Like, at least with, you know, in my mind, it's like, okay, you treating this dude like a straight up king. You know what I'm saying? He waking up to you topping him off like, oh shit, or I don't know, it's like some shit. It's just like heaven in there, like at the house. If he's taking care of everything, making you feel like, okay, I'm good. I don't really have to stress about anything financial, right? Bills, rent, all of this stuff, phone bills and cars and gas, and I don't have to stress on that. What is else there to do for you? Make sure he's good, right? Any way that, you know, study him, make sure you know what makes him happy, fulfilled, and do that. That should be your job then. It's like, you know what I'm saying? That's common sense. Like, okay, this dude is taking care of everything. That's kind of like your star player on the team, right? They're going to make sure that, like LeBron James or somebody like Steph Curry, they're going to make sure that this guy is taken care of, the corporation, the NBA team, because he's the star player that's bringing in all of the money, the everything, the wins, all the shit. The more wins they get, the more money they get, everything, right? So he's just sustaining the business. So they're going to make sure he's good. They're going to pay him all they need to pay him. He got the top of the line medical stuff. He getting, you know, his body massaged up, everything he needs to stay performing at his A game. And that's what I feel like a woman should do to her man. You know what I'm saying? Is to be that. You're the person who keeps him on his A game so he can keep everything cool. And if you're not being that, then you're being kind of like a cancer in his life, honestly, because you're demanding all of this stuff. You know, he paying everything, doing all this, making sure that you're good, but you're not trying to reciprocate that by learning and studying him to know what makes him good and fulfilled in life. It's just kind of like a lopsided type of thing. So this is where you get men stepping out in the relationships, or men, because you know a lot of men won't end the relationship. You might say, why you don't just end it before you cheat on her? Or so, men don't do that a lot of times. They want to keep their pride, right? But they may step out to get some fulfillment somewhere. And I'm not saying it's cool. That's, you know, that's wrong in society for sure. But it's like, these are the reasons why. And if you a female watching this, if maybe you know already what I'm talking about, pass the game on. I don't know, to somebody who may need to hear it. But these are the reasons why, is because the woman in the relationship is not studying her man to know what makes him happy and fulfilled, and doing that or whatever. And he's over here carrying the whole family, right? Financially, spiritually, you know, physically, protecting everything, right? You got to make sure your star player good. That's really what it is. And this is why you see a lot of men that's, not happy, stepping out. And if the woman steps out, you know what I'm saying? This is why some men go to extreme measures and do crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Unaliving motherfuckers and all type of shit, because he put all that, because of everything what I'm talking about. And so this, at the same time, as a man, you know what I'm saying, you gotta always have a switch that you can cut off. Like your feelings, you gotta have that. And coming up how I came up, it's always been there for me. Appease part, the switch can, you know what I'm saying? And it's good or it's bad. Your woman may feel like, man, why you ain't as sensitive or whatever. It's because the switch is always ready to get cut off if you need to. Like, you know what I'm saying? And you just gotta have that, man, as a man. Because I see a lot of dudes on some crash out shit over a woman. And I don't, like, online, I see that a lot, videos. It's like you'll be sitting in jail and, the woman's still out here, you know what I'm saying, running rapid speeding into other niggas' shits. You get what I'm saying? Mouth open, speeding right into it type shit. Like, come on, man. Like, and you was sitting in jail because you did some shit over her doing some shit. You went into the dude and you wanted to get at the dude, and he was just being a dude out here. Ran into some easy shit and got it. Didn't know it was your woman. You get what I'm saying? And you didn't have that switch, and your heart just took over your feelings, and you was blinded by feelings, and you didn't know what else to do but how to get back at them, but get at the dude. You got at the dude to show him that you're not a sucker, and then you want the woman to know that you got at the dude, so you can be like, yeah, this, you feel me? You played me, so this is what happens when you play me type shit. But now you sitting in behind the cells, in the cell, with your chest out, trying not to cry, you feel me? But you done, you feel me? So it ain't no way to be. And it's a lot of dudes out there doing life like this. I'll be seeing shit online, looking at stories. I know a couple people who, like, crashed out, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's not no way to be, man. That's what I would tell my son coming up. Like, you better have that switch. If something go bad, you cut that shit off. That feeling, cut it off. Boop. And you move on. You do what you got to do. You keep it player. You don't let the feeling overcloud your mind. Because, back to what I was saying, you feel me? It's hard for a man, you know what I'm saying? We got to do a lot. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do a lot. And a woman has to do a lot as well. Humans got to do a lot. But a man has to do a lot when it comes to relationships. The man has to approach. The man has to have the right game. The man has to look the part, be the part, have the right energy. Just for a woman to give him a chance. Just think of that. Women can have a lot of dudes out here. It's her choice. Now, it's some guys that got their choice. They're not the average guys. You know what I'm saying? But the average guy doesn't have a wide choice. He does, but it's just not like that. He has to put in some type of, you know what I'm saying? And a woman, she can just go outside and point at the mailman like, I like you. Can I get your number? And most of the time, even if he in a relationship, the average motherfucker might be like, yeah, at the very least, he's going to be nice to you and keep you in mind. Like, oh, yeah. Guys is like that. Like, damn, she giving me a chance. Like, guys is like that, man. I think naturally guys are just like a lion. Lions have more than one woman in the stable. Guys are naturally like that, but society has us like one, you know what I'm saying? But the average, but I'm not going to say every guy going to cheat, but I'm saying a woman can step outside and find a mate to have sex with or do something easy. Especially if she look good. But she don't even got to look good. She can go about her whole day outside, going to stores, going to the mall, going over here. And if she want to find a person to have sex with, she can. You get what I'm trying to say? Women it's easy for a woman. But a guy has to do more effort. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all on the woman. The sex is to get sex, it's all on the woman. Yes or no? The guy's ready. He's for it. But the woman has to be for it. But to be married and in a deep relationship, it's all on the man. You know what I'm saying? The man has to say yes. Because the woman, she can be loving him and want them to get married and do all that. But if the man not doing it, they're not going to get married. But she'll stay with him until it happens, maybe. But it's all on the man most of the time. But the sex is on the woman. It's crazy, right? So with that being said, just think of how a guy feels if a woman can go about her day and get sex that easy. You know what I'm saying? And the average guy can't. The average guy is not in shape, you know, working a job or something like that, barely getting by type shit, but he's holding it together. You know what I'm saying? Able to buy her things and buy all this shit. And, you know, his fear is that she's stepping out for a more handsome guy with more money, got his shit together, he's funny, all of this shit, right? The average guy thinks about this shit. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times he's paying for everything most of the time. Like, you know, well, you know, these days women, they halving it up and all type of shit. But from what I'm looking at online and how these women talking, man, the guy paying everything. You know, he's making sure that she's taken care of in life, you know, and he don't want to get hurt and played. You know what I'm saying? So he's thinking about these things while he at work or different. The average guy, man. And I would say you gotta have a switch, cut it off. Be willing to cut off. And work on yourself. That's the thing. Work on yourself. Like, you know, your self-growth, self-mastery at whatever you trying to master in life. You work on that. Everything else will fall in place. You feel me? So this a rant about just that, you know what I mean? Because I've been seeing it online, and it bugs me that women feel like a man is supposed to take care of them like they're a child. But I understand it, you feel me? Because men are men and women are women. But, you know, don't sit around throwing this we're equal shit around if you feel like I'm supposed to take care of you like a child. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I feel like, okay, it should be reciprocated to where, what are you bringing to the table? If I'm going to bring all of this to the table you talking about, what are you bringing to the table? And that's what a man should be talking about from the gate with a woman. What do you bring to the table? Let me know what you think. I'm going to tap in a minute.